In part 2 of an unaired episode recorded in July, the Ricks continue to share the hits and misses in news and trailers from Comic-Con 2019. Well, it's interesting you should mention HBO, because my second most interesting trailer for me was the Westworld 3 trailer. I am really looking forward to Westworld coming back. It's not till next year, I guess, 2020 sometime, and I'm bummed about that. What's interesting here is I couldn't tell if they had, what they call it, Charlores, Dolores and Charlotte were mixed at the end of season 2, at least for a time.
Yeah.
And this seemed to,
by the way.
Yeah, this whole show, spoiler alert, but it seems to be that they've split off in this trailer. It looks like they're separate individuals, but it has Bernard, and apparently he seems to be readying for a fight, and he realizes he's going to need someone with powers. And so apparently he's going back into Westworld, but there's another world, it looks like. Maeve apparently is in some kind of Nazi world, and he's going to retrieve her. And also I noticed Aaron Paul has joined the cast from Breaking Bad. So it looks really interesting to me.
Yeah, I agree with you. This was definitely on my top 5 list. It's one that you and I have talked about quite a bit. We talked about the South by Southwest execution they had. Yeah. Super excited to see where they take this. And the great thing is they're way beyond the original story, right? The movie that we had in the 70s, pretty much ended when the world was destroyed. Here we are 3 seasons into it, and it's completely gone its own direction, and it's holding its own. It's very impressive.
So what was your number 2?
Oh, that was it. That was it. So let me go to number 3. Okay. So number 3 for me, and this was a little bit of a surprise because I started watching this show at season 1. I powered through season 1, watched season 2, and then I lost my train of thought and didn't see season 3, but season 4 was just announced, and the show is called Preacher. Have you seen this?
I've seen commercials. I have not seen an episode, no.
Yeah, really, really enjoy this show, right? You've got this guy that's kind of, this conflicted individual with the ability to channel the dark whatever world, demons, dead, and kind of fighting them back and the whole thing. And it's surreal, it's dark, it's interesting, it's different than everything else that we have on TV. There's no zombies, there's no whatever superheroes. It's really that idea of man versus, well, not nature but supernatural, and it's just a lot of fun. And he's totally an anti-hero, and I really dig it. So I'm excited that there's a season 4, and now I've got to go watch season 3 because I somehow let that escape me.
So I'm sorry, you said no zombies. So are there special effects? I mean, are they supernatural beings manifest, or is it kind of a mystery? You don't really see it, and he's kind of like an exorcist.
No, they absolutely manifest. He fights all kinds of things and throughout the show.
Does he have powers?
Yeah, he has some powers, but it's not like superpowers. It's more supernatural. And so basically it feels a lot like a John Constantine parallel. A lot of the same sort of storyline is there, but again, it's this other person, he's a preacher and the whole thing. And so it's just a really fun story.
That would be a really great show to produce. I don't think that Constantine, the way NBC tried to do it, I mean, it was closer to the comic. It just didn't seem like quite the right approach. And from what I've seen of Preacher, that looks like a better way to do it.
I mean, it tells you a little bit about the show when Seth Rogen is one of the folks that developed the show, right?
Oh, really? So is there a lot of humor to it, or attempts at humor?
Absolutely. That's what I said. It's dark. It's kind of funny. I'm looking at Wikipedia right now, and what they're saying for the premise is that Jesse is a hardworking, chain-smoking preacher, and during a crisis of faith becomes infused with extraordinary power. He embarks on a quest to better understand his new gift and literally finds God alongside his trigger-happy ex-girlfriend Tulip and new vampire friend Cassidy. And honestly, it is a little slapstick at times. But it's super dark, and it's a lot of fun. It's definitely worth a watch.
My third thing is, and I only remember this because I'm in the process of editing and preparing our last episode, which was our Spider-Man review. During that, you had mentioned that comic What If, and I literally said, I wonder why nobody's done a animated series for What If. That would be really cool. They are. So Disney announced that Disney Plus will have What If as an animated series. Polygon says that Like the premises featured in the old comics were like, what if Captain America and Bucky had both survived World War II? Or what if Thanos joined the Avengers? What were some of the ones that you remember?
So there was like, what if Jane Foster had found the hammer of Thor, or what if the world knew that Daredevil was blind? And they had, there was a ton of these where it was like, what if Spider-Man joined the Fantastic Four, or if the Avengers had never been, or if Captain America had not vanished during World War II. And so it was just this fun, like, what if we took one piece that was super critical to this and then flipped it around, right? And so, and Spider-Man showed up quite a bit, which is why I was into it. But what if someone other than Spider-Man had been bitten by a radioactive spider, right? I mean, and so this was fun. They had like Flash Thompson being bit, or something. Yeah. What if Spider-Man had never become a crime fighter, if he had stayed, as a professional wrestler? Which, did you know that he was a professional wrestler at first?
I didn't remember until you just said it, but yes, I do remember for a time he was, like, right after Ben was killed or something. He was trying to find his way, or maybe it was right before Ben was killed.
Yeah. So yeah, it's fun because it just takes a piece of the history, pulls it out, and flips the whole thing on its head, and just has fun with it. And you can't take it too serious.
Kevin Feige announced it, with all these other Marvel movies for the next year or two, a couple years. But get this, what really floored me is it's going to star Jeffrey Wright, who plays Bernard on Westworld. He's going to play that character, the Watcher, which I guess was this kind of observer who kind of meddles in terrestrial stuff.
Exactly.
But get the rest of the cast ready. Paul Rudd as Ant-Man, Michael Douglas as Hank Pym, Chadwick Boseman as Black Panther, Michael B. Jordan as Killmonger, Sebastian Stan as Bucky Barnes, Haley Atwell as Peggy Carter, Karen Gillan as Nebula, Chris Hemsworth as Thor, Tom Hiddleston as Loki, Natalie Portman as Jane Foster, Jeff Goldblum as Grandmaster, Josh Brolin as Thanos, Mark Ruffalo as the Hulk, Samuel L. Jackson as Nick Fury, and on and on. So they got all of the movie actors into this animated series to provide the voices, which I think is super cool.